Good afternoon. How are you doing today? We're going to, this is Fire Room Life. I'm Dr. Sherelle Perkins. We're going to talk about building better leadership that lasts. So, my question for you is what are you building? All of us are called to lead in various spheres of influence, but every leader, every parent, every entrepreneur, every ministry worker, and every professional should ask themselves, what are you building? Your career, your family, your business? What are you building? Whether you realize it or not, every day you are building something. The real question is not whether you are building, the question is whether you're building wisely and with intentionality. Our scripture focus for today's leadership session comes from Psalm 127, verse 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Now, many of us will recognize immediately this passage of scripture. But even if that's not the case for you and you're not particularly religious, there's a timeless leadership principle here. Success without a solid foundation is difficult to sustain. Many people spend years trying to build something bigger in their career, whatever, when what they really need is to build better. Better has sustainability. Bigger may or may not. We're often put in positions where we feel the pressure to chase more money, more influence, more recognition, more followers, more opportunities. But leadership is not merely about accumulation. Leadership is about stewardship. It's about managing wisely what has already been entrusted to us. Think about it. A larger building doesn't matter if the foundation is weak. A bigger organization doesn't matter if the culture is unhealthy. A greater opportunity doesn't matter if the character isn't performed, prepared rather, or performed, depending what kind of character you really are. So we want everything in alignment. A large platform doesn't matter if the person standing on it cannot sustain the weight of it. We're seeing that over and over and over again in our leadership. So that's why Psalm 127 reminds us that what we build matters, but how we build matters even more. And you may be like me, you may be in a Selah moment where you're pausing, thinking about it, what your next may look like. This is a good time. This isn't having pauses isn't bad. It's what you do in those seasons. One of the greatest leadership lessons that we can learn in our lifetime is building better begins with stewarding better. Let's talk about every 7 areas every leader must steward well. The first is your time. Time is the great equalizer. Every person gets 24 hours in a day. The difference between growth and stagnation is often found in how these hours are invested. Successful leaders learn to focus on what is important, not merely what is urgent. If everything is a priority, then nothing is a priority. The second area is your relationships. No one succeeds alone. The older I get, the more I realize that relationships often determine the quality of your journey. Family matters, mentors matter, friends matter, your team members matter. Strong leaders invest in people before they need something from those people or before there's a mishap and a misunderstanding. We want to build relationships on trust because these relationships become our support system that sustains us in leadership endeavors. The third is your finances. Money is a tool. It's not the goal, but it is a tool. Wise leaders learn to manage resources responsibly. Financial stewardship creates stability, it creates options, it creates opportunities to bless others, and it reduces unnecessary stress that can distract from purpose. So, we want to manage our financial resources wisely. We want to be wise master builders in everything that we have. The fourth area is your influence. Whether you have a title or not, you are influencing somebody. Your words influence, your attitude influences, your actions influence. The question isn't whether you have influence. The question is whether your influence is creating a positive impact. Influence is one of the most valuable resources God gives us, and it should always be handled responsibly. The fourth area is your talents. Every person has talents. We have gifts. We are a gift. Every person has strengths. Every person has experiences that can benefit others. The tragedy happens not because people lack talent. The tragedy is that many never develop the gifts they already possess, too busy living someone else's life. Growth requires intentionality. The best leaders remain lifelong learners. The sixth area is your health. You know, I often say this, your health is your wealth. You cannot separate effective leadership from personal well being. Now, some of you may not be like me, believe it or not. I love working out, I love physical activity. If I'm feeling sluggish, I'll do something physical. So I know everybody's not like this. Mental health affects clarity as well as your physical health. Emotional health affects relationships. I don't like messy stuff. So that's just me. Spiritual health affects perspective. Leadership is a marathon, not a sprint. If you're going to make a lasting impact, you must steward your health. And finally, the seventh area is your opportunities. Many people spend their lives waiting for a different opportunity while overlooking the opportunities already in front of them. Great leaders learn to recognize potential in ordinary moments. They understand that today may be an opportunity preparing them for tomorrow's assignment. So they need to see how important today is. Faithfulness in small things often creates access to larger things. When we steward our time, relationships, finances, influence, talents, health, and opportunities well, we position ourselves to build something meaningful and lasting. So when we bring all seven of those elements together, we have the foundation to build better. It reminds us, we are reminded that we're not alone in this based on Psalm 127, verse 1. We have access to wisdom. There is tremendous value in inviting God into your building process. Now, prayer does not replace work, but prayer helps to align work. Faith does not replace responsibility, but faith strengthens responsibility with wisdom and purpose. When God becomes part of the process, we gain perspective beyond our limitations. We gain direction when we feel uncertain. We gain peace when circumstances become difficult. We gain strength to continue building when progress seems slow. Maybe that's where some of you are today. You've been working hard. You've been trying to build. You've been carrying responsibilities. You've been making sacrifices, and perhaps you're wondering if what you're building will truly last. I want to encourage you today. Don't just focus on building bigger, focus on building better, building with purpose, building with integrity, build with wisdom, build with stewardship, and above all, invite God into the process. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but invite God into your process. Because when the foundation is strong, the structure can withstand the storms. And maybe you're in a storm right now and you're needing a healthier foundation. When the foundation is healthy, growth becomes sustainable. When God is at the center, what you build has the potential to impact generations. Remember this, the goal is not simply to achieve success, the goal is to become the kind of person who can sustain it. So, thank you for joining me for Fire Room Live. I'm Dr. Sherelle Perkins. If this message encourages you, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your answer to today's question. What are you building in this season of your life? Until next time, keep growing, keep leading, keep stewarding well, and keep building better. God bless you. Talk to you soon.